What's up YouTube, it's Tinysey and welcome to my digital garden. So recently, Meg Thee Stallion has been in the headlines at least a week ago because she performed at Kamala Harris's campaign in Atlanta. And a lot of people felt as though it was inappropriate or that maybe she should have performed different songs. And we're seeing a lot of celebrities show up for this presidential election season. And it makes me wonder whether celebrities should really mix with politics as much as they do. Should they be using their platform and their fame to sway the vote? And the culture around this topic has definitely shifted. People are actually starting to enjoy seeing their faves show up politically and be more expressive, whereas in the past, this was something that was definitely more frowned upon. So Meg Thee Stallion showed up to Kamala Harris's rally in Atlanta, which was honestly the kickoff for her campaign, and she decided to perform 4 songs. Girls in the Hood, Mamushi, Body, and Savage. Very popular songs, especially Mamushi. That's just all I've been hearing lately. I can't get it out of my head. Not that I want to, because it's very great. But she performed these 4 songs and people felt as though it was a bit inappropriate for a political rally. That perhaps she shouldn't have been, singing Body Yaddy Yaddy and shaking and gyrating when this is supposed to be a professional political event. But honestly, she was in Atlanta. I think the demographic fit and the audience seemed like they had a decent amount of fun. I mean, a lot of people were mesmerized and I think were enjoying what was going on stage. And why do political rallies have to be boring? I don't know why there's this thing where people want it to be super professional, and it's just giving respectability politics. And I feel like, why not shift it a bit? Why not have a little bit of fun? It doesn't hurt anyone. And in the end of the day, I don't think it takes away from the seriousness of the event, but that's just me. And this was very successful. It got 10,000 people out. It was described as the biggest turnout since she announced that she was going to be a presidential candidate. So I think it worked. And she wasn't the only one there. Quavo was also there. I mean, I guess it didn't make the news as much because it's just less controversial. It's less exciting. And something that also shocked me was that apparently Cenat was being contacted by the Secret Service.
I was in New York. Then on top of that, I got the Secret Service calling me 5 times, nigga! I don't know goddamn shit about politics, my nigga. I don't know nothing. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't give a f. If there's some way, somehow, something was to go into where I do the stream of politics, I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm going to sit on my stream and say, why did you guys call me?
It's just, I'm trying to imagine Cenat and Kamala Harris streaming together, or what a collaboration with the two of those personalities would look like. And I honestly couldn't even imagine, but I do know that it would probably get the attention that they would be seeking. And this is a tactic that everyone's using. Everyone wants to contact celebrities, streamers, whoever it may be, to get attention to their cause. And it's just where the world is going. I wonder if Cenat would have been the right platform to go on to, I don't know, is she going to talk about her policies? Is she going to, what was the aim? I don't know. I would have been interested to see. I'm not even going to lie. It would have definitely been something I would have watched, or at least looked at the clips after. Megan Thee Stallion and Quavo are not the only ones showing their support. Beyonce has also showed her support by allowing Kamala to use Freedom as an anthem, so to speak, for her campaign. And getting an endorsement from Beyonce is honestly really huge because beehives are a very huge community. And I'm pretty sure if Beyonce shows interest, that could definitely get them to also show interest. Some other big names is George Clooney, Viola Davis, Barbara Streisand. So the celebrities are definitely popping out and they are letting the people know that they are for Kamala. And on the other side of the fence, something that was not that shocking, I guess, now that I think about it, was Amber Rose showing up for Trump. And it's funny because she dated Kanye West, and so I'm not that surprised that she would decide to also endorse Trump like Kanye did. Well, I don't know if Kanye really He wore the hat. He endorsed him. Amber Rose spoke at the National Republican Convention, and she sort of gave her endorsement to Donald Trump. Have you
ever had a dream that
Well, I guess this might do something as well for whoever follows Amber. The point is, the celebrities are showing up and they are using their platform, their fame, in order to, I guess, sway their audience, sway the people one way or another. And honestly, this is not new. History will show that for the past 100 years at least, celebrities have shown their support and endorsed presidents. Although it hasn't always turned out that well for them, it's still something that they have decided to do. In 1920, the celebrity Al Jolson decided to show his support for the candidate at that time, who was Warren G. Harding. In the 40s, Frank Sinatra showed his support for Franklin Roosevelt. In 2008, Oprah showed her support for Obama, all the way to 2024, where we see the numerous amounts of celebrities that are showing their support for the current candidates. And we can't deny the pull that these celebrities have on the vote. In 2018, Taylor Swift made a post on her Instagram urging her supporters to register to vote because it was going to be an upcoming election in Tennessee for the US Senate and the House. And she wanted her followers to take interest. And there was reportedly 166,000 new voter registrations from the time she posted that to the next day. And 42% of the people that registered were between the ages of 18 and 24. And so you could see the pull that a certain celebrity might have if they decide to actually use their platform to urge people to register to vote or take interest in a particular political event that's going on. And things really are shifting, and politics have become a lot more about optics than they ever were. Of course, it's always been about optics since media has existed with newspapers and the television, but it's only gotten worse. And while a certain portion of people interested in politics are watching the news still, another huge portion probably isn't. A lot of people get their news from social media or watching TikTok or reading Twitter. Traditional media doesn't really capture a young audience anymore. And so they have to do whatever they can to capture this young audience, because this might be the difference between winning and losing. 36% of voters are under the age of 29, and at the lowest percent, it's 12. They have so much to work with if they could capture these young voters' attention. Potentially that's with body yaddy yaddy. Potentially that's with someone like Beyonce or Taylor Swift endorsing a particular person. This might be the difference that taps you into a whole nother age demographic. But I can't help but wonder, should we care about celebrities' political opinion, or should they just be entertainment? There's an argument for both sides of this question. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. And we honestly can't forget about the whole Met Gala incident and how out of touch they can really be with reality. And just knowing that a lot of them don't care about political issues, it doesn't mean their fans don't want celebrities to speak up about particular issues, especially with Palestine and Congo. People got mad at the celebrities because they were silent on these issues. And particularly Lizzo, she was also getting hounded by her fans because she wasn't speaking up. And eventually she posted a GoFundMe for Palestine.
To the radio station!
Torches! Get your torches! Pitchforks! Can't be an angry mob without pitchforks!
But a whole Block Celebrities movement started to take off because these celebrities were not speaking up about these important issues and needed more attention, needed a bigger platform, which celebrities have. While celebrities might not have a natural interest in these things or even want to lend their platform for these types of causes, this is something that they can get called out for, essentially, and low-key bullied into sharing their political opinion, because that's kind of the society that we're shifting into. And it hasn't always been this way, because in 2003, the Dixie Chicks decided to say that they didn't like George Bush. And this did not go over too well. And they pretty much got canceled.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
And this was something that I'm sure they regretted doing. I mean, maybe they didn't. Maybe they were like, I said what I said. Doesn't mean it didn't hurt their career because they decided to speak up for what they believed in, and it didn't go so well. It brings about the point that you have to have the correct political opinion. You don't get to just say any political opinion. And although there is a fear, personally, I think celebrities should stand on business. Say what you truly believe. Don't lie so that you can be in public favor. There's an audience for everyone, so I don't think they should be scared, but I also understand it because you're potentially going to hurt your check depending on the views that you decide to speak about on your platform. And that's probably why a lot of these celebrities stay neutral for as long as they possibly can. I think the difference we're seeing in 2024 is that we're seeing them show up in these more grandiose ways. It's not them just saying, oh, like, George Bush is bad. Like, they're going to these rallies and actually participating and taking a stand. And the first thought is, what's the goal of this? From what we've already discussed, it's to garner attention, probably from a younger demographic, but honestly, just whatever demographic that celebrity brings with them. This can be a good thing or a bad thing. On the positive side, I think this gets people out there and makes them want to potentially register to vote or even get interested in politics. They might decide to actually look up the candidates' policies, hopefully, like, fingers crossed, they're actually doing research and then make an educated vote, but it brings attention to politics. And as much as, like, we want to ignore it, it's still the system that we live in. And so, although I do see the puppetness of it and I see the optics and, like, charades of it all, I also think that using celebrities is a way we get people interested, then I guess I'm here for it. But on the negative side, I think people might not look up policies. They might just say, oh, Amber Rose endorsed Trump, I'm going to vote for him. Or, oh, Meg Thee Stallion endorsed Kamala, I'm going to vote for her. People should look up policies, research the candidate, whoever the candidate is, before they decide to vote just because their favorite celebrity decided to shout them out. And there's also that idea that a celebrity is using their platform to magnify their own ideas, which, again, it could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what those ideas are and how thorough they are with educating people on those things. Charlie XCX tweeted Kamala is brat, and that made headlines for some reason. Like, everyone was talking about it.
Charlie XCX is a pop artist. She has a wildly popular album out this summer that's called Brat. This is the cover. Last night, Charlie XCX tweeted this: Kamala is brat. To be totally honest with you, I'm not really sure I know what that means, but apparently the internet knows. Kamala Harris overlaid in green to a song off of the record Brat. Me just calling it a record. There I go. This is a mashup of the coconut thing put to a song off the album.
You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came.
The newly minted Harris campaign is fully leaning into their candidate being memed. They changed their campaign Twitter background to look like the Brat album cover.
We are in this age where clickbait is a thing, and so, hey, it made the news, right? It made the news. It may not have been something really informative. It was just like Kamala's brat, so she aligns with her. Apparently that has effects, and it gets the news cycle interested, and it spreads the word. Is there a particular way that you have to show up if you are going to decide to dip your toe in politics as a celebrity? Is it okay for the body yada 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 to be a form of political alliance? Because, like I said, people were saying that her music choice was inappropriate. People were saying, come on, you need to make more diverse sound. So if you are invited to perform at a political campaign, then you have, I guess, more respectable music.
For that to be happening on a presidential stage, like she is performing at a rally for a presidential candidate, I mean, that is just such a sight to see and such an indicator of just the degeneration of politics and culture. I mean, that song was so explicit that she literally couldn't even perform it. I mean, that video was literally just noises. I just think whoever chose Megan to perform, whoever signed off on that for that event, I mean, are we serious?
People would assume a Taylor Swift or a Beyonce might be a better fit because they probably have something that's PG, I guess. But the problem that I think that younger people have with politics is that it's not that interesting, among a whole bunch of other things. A lot of people are feeling jaded and just uninterested, but I also think there is that factor of it not being entertaining, especially in this world where attention span is goldfish level. has to be interesting to get people to want to pay attention, unfortunately, which is why they would consider Cenat. And don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for everything. She did consider the place that she was at with her outfit in the way that she went about performing these songs. There's procedures and ways of being for everything, but I think people were being a little bit harsh in this situation. I think her even deciding to show up and be a part of this was a good thing, because a lot of celebrities, like I say, they shy away because they're scared of getting canceled. They're scared of getting rid of some of their options because they decide to align one way or another. So I think we are getting to this place in the end of the day in society where celebrities are just going to be a part of politics, whether you like it or not. And I think it's just the tactics that they have to use, but also because the fans, this is something that they want too. They want to see their faves get involved in important issues, whether it's politics, whether it's talking about wars, whatever it is, right, that's happening that needs a platform. People want to see celebrities use their platform to let that issue be known, because we can't deny the amount of power that celebrities have and the ability that they have to make things move. And I think them using their platform in this way is a good thing, whether it's for things I believe in or not. I think they have free speech and they can say what they want. And if people don't like it, unsubscribe. If people don't like it, block them. You don't have to listen. And also, I think as long as people do their research and they don't just take their faves' word for it, that would be the best case scenario. What do you think about celebrities getting involved in politics? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Does it work for you? Does it make you more interested? Yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next YouTube video.